John Gaffney, Kim Kissinger, and Bert Smith are the officials tonight. And this one is underway. It'll be Duke ball.
Caleb Foster coming back for another year running the point for Duke. And at times, Caden Boozer, Cam Boozer's younger brother, there's Boozer right away off a back pick. Just too easy.
Patrick Gungba with
Badunga's a left-hander. He looks to get back to that left hand as often as possible.
Does it here and finishes.
Well, if he can score inside where that gives Kansas a post presence, that can be really good for the Jayhawks.
But a three at the out.
For a guy that can get hot in a hurry.
Badunga tried the handoff, almost broken up there by Dame Sarr, and Badunga knows what to do with it.
Well, Sarr went for the steal, couldn't come up with it. Not sure anybody plays harder than Cole Rosario.
Bill Self's a big fan. He likes Tiller too. Boozer turns it over. 2-on-1 Kansas. Rosario to White, and a good start for the Jayhawks.
Boy, that's beautiful transition.
A Kansas Jayhawk.
Little up screen for the screener. Double team. And Boozer passes right out of it to the diving Gungba. That was really well handled off the double team.
Evans in the corner, Gungba to Boozer, who can shoot the three. Shot clock inside 10. Wide open in the corner is Foster, and he'll knock it down.
Well, Cam Boozer, Foster wide open in the corner.
Badunga trying to drive on Gungba. Badunga lays it in to tie it up. And down with it, White. Kansas running again. White forcing the issue and lays it in. Council using the Badunga screen. That'll go. And a foul.
A beautiful job to use that ball screen, get the defender on your hip. Confidence early. Getting around that screen, just putting the brakes on, drawing the contact, and getting the bucket on top of it.
Now whips it cross court to Nicholas Hamenya. Good pass. Another member of the freshman class, and a good cut there by Brown to lay it in.
Operate off the lane. When he catches the ball 3 steps off the lane, he immediately looks middle and sees Malik Brown. Just reminiscent of that opening half of his season against Texas, where Cam Boozer couldn't get anything going, but had a great second half.
A great look from the corner for Dawson. Jackson, the redshirt sophomore who missed all of last year due to injury. Hamenya gets loose and lays in the reverse.
Boy, what a terrific move. Got stopped along the baseline, but was able to get his shoulders past the defender, get all the way to the other side of the rim.
A 6'8" freshman from Los Angeles, a McDonald's All-American. Trey White is off to a nice start tonight. Little bump there, but they play on. Evans trying to drive on White, and the shooter gets all the way to the rim to lay it in.
And that's been a big difference in Isaiah Evans this season versus last. And he'll be able to have a chance to complete the end one when we come back.
Rosario off to Badunga.
Kansas trying to get some back cuts.
Great cut there by Rosario.
They had WWE here last night.
That's right. Cameron Boozer not giving up any ground and scores over a couple of Jayhawks. Foster still going and lays it in.
Boy, did a really nice job of using Malik Brown, especially putting his head down and barreling right into the lane. Watch how Caleb Foster uses Malik Brown, gets that screen, just goes right around him and kisses him.
Had an outstanding career, national championship, one of senior year.
Yeah, he's one of the underrated stars in Duke history. You know, Cam Boozer passing out of that double team. Such good passing instincts. You know, the double comes, then you got to close out, and then Dame Sarr drives that second closeout. You saw Darren Harris do that a little bit earlier in this first half. But it all results.
Boozer initiating the contact, blocked from behind by White. It stays with Duke.
It looked like it went off White's leg.
Boy, Brown's a good defender.
His hands are just magnificent.
White sizing him up, and again takes a bump and count the basket.
Getting something for himself, getting the angle, and going right off the glass. So every common foul, Duke's going to be shooting 2 free throws going into halftime.
Gungba, yes. Rosario for 3. And Evans might have gotten a piece of that and gets the slam at the other end.
How about that pass from Cam Boozer all the way down the floor? After getting maybe a piece of that shot, just takes off, and Cam Boozer just threw a bullet to him. That was just about a chest pass and right on the button for an easy bucket going the other way.
As we move into the final minute here in the first half, dominated early by Kansas, but late by Duke. Evans, no. Follow, yes. Way too easy for Nicholas Amenya. Shot clock at 10. White for 3. They needed it.
Needed that in a big way.
Cameron Boozer up top. Evans launches, hits. What a shot by Isaiah Evans.
Just ghosted out of that pick and roll.
Here with the State Farm Champions Classic. White looking inside. Badunga. Good defense by Gungba, but Badunga solves it with a reverse slam.
You're guarding a guy like Badunga, and he's got the ball there. You got to protect the basket. You try to take away that pass. Who cares if he passes it out?
Boozer again passes out of the double team. Good hustle by Badunga, but it winds up in the hands of Sarr. Gungba the flush. Council again.
Good
Dawson
fake.
gets his man in the air and hits the J.
Boy, that shot fake made the entire play. You got a ball reversal, and then you shot fake the closeout, and it opens it up. Really nice play by Dawson and by Kansas.
Boozer open for 3. Count it.
Duke has proof. I think they can take Duke to the next level as if they become a better cut. They're a good cutting team, but they can become a better cutting team.
And White a rebound in traffic.
Boy, good ball movement, but Boozer should have taken that himself.
Look at the speed and the finish by Melvin Council Jr. Council finds a little room, finds Badunga, who lays it in.
Just the threat of Badunga when he rolls to the basket and then you drive.
Evans turns the corner. No look pass into the corner, and Dame Sarr buries a 3.
Boy, Duke does such a good job. Duke is a good passing team, but drawing 4 defenders and then kicking it out to Dame Sarr, ready to shoot when the ball arrives. Most screens and exchanges. And with this lineup, they can switch at all 5 positions.
White keeping them in it.
White's been...
Amenya, backdoor cut, the kick eventually out to Caden Boozer for 3.
And again, Cam Boozer set the screen, slipped out of it, and was able to get it to Boozer. That extra pass, Boozer to Boozer.
But they couldn't come down with it, couldn't convert it, and it's Duke in transition.
What a pass.
Amenya, short on the 3, just grazed the rim. Boozer blocked by Badunga.
I think he was fully seated when he grabbed that rebound.
5 to shoot. Council and 1. Kansas fans making the noise right now. Caden Boozer.
And thus far in his early career, he makes really good reads out of screen roll situations.
Council the drive. Floater goes. And again, it's a 5-point. And it's Caden Boozer again.
There's that change of pace.
Kansas is hanging in there right now. Council, another burst of speed. Gungba, backdoor cut to Brown. What a find.
He just slipped out of that screen. It looked like it was analysts feel with play-by-play people.
Sorry, what'd you say? I heard Chris fine. The follow by Rosario. The defense, the toughness. Saar wide open in the corner.
What a rebound.
And Boozer gets it to go and one.
Right over the top with two.
Council can't turn the corner. Tiller will try. And reverses it up and in. And again, they're within 5.
Yeah, just 2.
They've held White in check a little bit more here in the second half.
A good hard hedge by Malik Brown.
Tough pass into traffic. And Bedunga finishes.
Talk about playing above the rim.
Evans up top and Gumba with a slam. Council. And what a reverse there by White.
Thought Council might have taken off too early to put him in a position to foul.
And a goaltending call on Bedunga.
It hit the backboard first.
Looking for Tiller inside. Can't get it there. Council knocks down a 3. And for Melvin,
going up against the zone and knocking that down after getting the ball back.
But now Boozer sneaks underneath, triple teamed and finishes. Something's got to give.
Well, Kansas is having an efficient second half. They're shooting over 60%.
Wow. Evans had to get it off because of the shot clock.
And right now with the overplay, a slip to the basket can get you an easy one.
An easy one for Cameron Boozer.
Out of the middle of the floor, a little ball screen set by Boozer. He just rolls out of it. They hit him in the middle of the lane on the short roll, and he just takes it all the way down. And there's nobody coming from the weak side.
In key spots of the offensive end. And Jay, the Blue Devils go to 5-0 on the young season.
Well, this Blue Devil team has a lot of weapons. And as they mature as a defensive team, continue to rebound at a high level, this team's going to have a chance to compete for a Final Four.
Their 9th straight win here at Madison Square Garden. And they snap the Kansas 5-game winning streak here in the Champions Classic as Duke wins 78-66.